Hello, this is Palico Padge, believe it or not, and welcome back to another episode of the Curious Expedition with mods. Yes, and indeed, yes. It's been a while. I've been playing Daddy quite intensely over the past 8 weeks, so I've had literally no time. I'm not going to bore you with the details here. This is something which will hopefully have been put out in a vlog the day before this is shown. But hey ho, I did say we were coming back with the Curious Expedition. There have been a few extra mods floating around on the Steam Workshop, which I've been keeping an eye on, and I think will be pretty good to play. So I thought, why not give them a whirl? This is a game, excuse me a second, this is a game that I thought that I'd be able to just jump back into. As I said, I've had no gaming time at all, really. To be honest with you, in the past 8 weeks, I have literally played 20 minutes of American Truck Simulator for my last vlog, and that's the only game I've played in those 8 weeks since little Jacob was born. So I wouldn't say I'm rusty, but I wanted a game I could just jump straight back into, and well, I've done over 100 episodes of this. I have over 104 hours in game, so if you can't jump straight back into a game like this, you've got no chance really, have you? So before we go any further, we're going to click on the old mods button. I'm going to show you a few of the things we are going to be using today. We are going to be using the Elephant, which is a unofficial mod by a guy who's been taken on by the duo behind this game as not a temp, as a trainee, I guess. And yes, it introduces an elephant, which I thought would be pretty interesting to pick up if we get that far. Also, we have more food, the second serving, along with the original more food, which pretty much does as it says. It just introduces a lot more interesting foodstuffs, which I thought, again, would be pretty interesting rather than sticking to the staple diet of alcohol and or chocolate. And then we have the more good perks, which adds 11 new perks, supposedly. I haven't looked too much into this. It does look interesting as far as what's on the mod page, and I'm all for trying new things out. And I also have, which I'm not going to show you right now, a new character we're going to play with. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So as you can see, we have all the old star characters, and well, we've done it all, haven't we? We've been there, done that, like that, and indeed loved that at times. We've hated it too, don't get me wrong, we have hated it too, but we need something fresh to play with. And I was looking about, seeing what character mods are around. And well, my head's been all aflutter recently. You could say life's been like a hurricane here in Padgeburg. Burping cries, no sleep again. It's a Padge blur. Baby's not happy. Better change his nappy. Padge tails. Woo! My voice broke there a little. I'm sure I can edit that in post. But yes, it's Scrooge. Mr. Scrooge McDuck, heroic adventurer with excellent knowledge of languages and cultures. He's also Scottish, but we won't hold that against him. He is bringing along his 3 nephews, Huey, Dewey and Dirk, along with a donkey. And then he's got a bit of jewels on him, because let's face it, he literally swims in money. Can you believe that? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And then he has a rope and some machetes, which generally don't last that long. But I thought, hey, let's give it a whirl. Welcome back to the Explorers Club, old friend. Have you heard that we are building a statue to honour our most famous member? Word is it that you have a good chance of seeing your likeness on that statue. However, I am afraid to tell you that you are not the only candidate. You and your rivals have 6 expeditions to prove who is the most famous explorer in our club. And we've got Richard Burton, Charles Darwin, Alexandra, David Neal, and Ada Lovelace. Now go and explore. The adventure awaiteth. And as I said, 8 weeks of not playing any games. We're going to play on normal mode. And we've got 2 places to choose from. We have the Yellow Pani Drylands and the Treacherous Jungle. This is new. It now tells you how many are in each, as opposed to just layering the whole bottom with different icons. It says 1 village, 2 temples, or 1 village, 2 temples. What to do? Well, we do have machetes. Or machete, I suppose, is the plural of that. Let's go to the Treacherous Jungle and use up those machetes. The air was fresh and tasted of salt as I boarded the ship. There were still some arrangements to be made, so I sat on the pier and waited. A trader walked up to me and pleaded for my help. He bade for a message to be delivered to the chief of a village located in the region we were headed to. Bade? That's a new word for me. I'll have to look that up. Right, then we'll accept, of course. He handed us a letter, which I promised to deliver. I'll tell you what, these ducks are drawn pretty darn well. I can't fault them. I mean, he's a bit gack-eyed, but generally speaking, they're all gack-eyed. Inbreeding, that is. That's inbreeding. That's what happens with the rich. They inbreed to keep the bloodline pure, and it gets all twisty-turny. But Scrooge is good. Because Scrooge is good. As far as the dice are concerned, yeah, we're very much on the blue dice, aren't we? We're going to have to work on that. What does he have? Fresh air fanatic, increases sanity gain when investing in nature. And polyglot, allows one to rest in native villages without standing costs. He, research assistant, increased sanity gain when discovering a new butterfly specimen. I'm supposing they're all the same. They are. That's all right. That's all right. We'll get on with it. I'm sure everything will work out absolutely fine. Now, I'd like to think, being a parent now, that I'm going to be a lot more responsible with Scrooge McDuck's nephews and have a sort of paternal instinct to keep them alive. It's probably not going to work out, in all fairness, but that is the theory. The open seas were glorious to sail upon, and I was somewhat sad when a shoreline rose in the morning mist. I was curious to discover what adventures were waiting for us here. I had no idea what you said. Which one are you? Louis. Okay, well, let's go. Oh, there's a bloody moth in here. Get out of here. Right. It might be favourable to deliver the letter first. Luckily, the man had indicated the location of the village on our map. Nice. Oh, look, it's but a stone's throw away from us. I'm sure we'll be fine. We could probably do with getting up onto a hill, though, and seeing what's around. So let's go and do that first. So, well, it looks like we've travelled in completely the wrong direction. Tip and indeed top. Saying that, though, I would say looking at the outskirts of the mountains around this question mark here, there's probably not going to be a way around. So let's hit the village last. Let's go down here first. 1921. But they look pretty well drawn. You know, again, I suppose you can't really tell this far away. You can't zoom any further, so hey-ho. We entered an unusual-looking hut. Voice breaking. I haven't done this for 8 weeks. The place smelled of old dank wood, with all manner of dried herbs and other peculiar things hanging from the walls. A native shaman approached us with an absent stare as he chewed on some leaves. Rather skittishly, the shaman got out a small crate and presented his wares. What you got? He's got spears. He's got some cocoa leaves, which look redrawn. They're quite nice. We then have a tome page of Homebound, always good. A tome page of Targeted Teleportation, tome page of Mountain Creation, and tome page of Chasm. Well, I am a fan of... Well, is Homebound really necessary? We are playing on normal, so when we find the pyramid, that's it, we're done. So I don't think I need that. I will, however, Targeted Teleportation. How many ropes is that worth? All the ropes in the world. What about machetes? You're going to clear us out for that? No, I'm not too fussed. What about jewels? Bang on. Bang on. Do I want anything? I mean, sanity is not the best, is it? We could maybe throw in a couple of cocoa leaves. For 3 rope for a cocoa leaf. With a little bit left over. Does that mean if I put in all my rope, I get an extra cocoa leaf? We'll do it. After some negotiating, we made a deal with the shaman. Cool. All right, we need to get to you. If this is... Well, this is going to be a cave, isn't it? And we have no torches. We do, however, have lots of blue dice. So I think the odds are in our favour. We located a cave. The rocky moor led into the darkness of unknown depths. We needed a torch to move inside. Okay, explore in darkness. Let's do this. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Light was overrated. Our eyes would soon adapt to the darkness. We stumbled forth into the darkness. Faith and perhaps a little luck had guided our steps safely through the blackness. Eventually our eyesight adjusted to the darkness. We arrived at a small cavern jumbled with the debris of what seemed to be a failed expedition. We saw the rotten remains of what must have been an African explorer. All the bones we found had been cracked open and it seemed sucked empty of marrow. We were delighted to see that one of the corpses was still clinging to useful equipment. What you got? Oh, a sextant. Navigation equipment to measure distances between 2 visible objects. And it puts our revealed distance up by 2. We'll carry you for the time being, and as it stands, we've been recouped on our rope as well. So everyone's a winner. Oh, we found something. Oh, and we can also, if we choose to, promote our nephews. But it's only when discovering butterflies. I suppose the way to play it, the strategy is, hardy hardy ha, that you need to find butterflies with this character in order to do this. 22, I mean, can we get up there? 20% chance of going crazy. What is it to get to the village? 100% craziness. Let's have the cocoa leaves. 10 sanity. Are we there? 29. I mean, we can get on the village. We could probably get past, but I don't think it's worth risking. Let's go straight to the village. You know what? If I was thinking about this... Oh, we found a strawberry. I don't know why we found a strawberry. I'm not going to question it. It does not consume weight capacity. Does it go off, though? I'm guessing it's going to be a bit like the mangoes. They're going to go off after a while. Do we eat it now? Or should we see? Let's put it to an experiment. We'll see. We arrived at a native village. This group seemed to be in reverence of the spirit world. I could smell that they had just prepared food. The villagers kindly beckoned us over and offered some of their freshly cooked food. Nice. Look at that. Cooked animal meat. Oh, I'll take it all. Thank you. The villagers observed us with caution. They were kind and offered to help our cause. I recognised the language of the natives and soon was able to communicate. Ah, that's Scrooge McDuck. If you can understand Scottish, you can understand any language. Deliver the letter. We brought the letter to the village chief. To reward us, the chief regaled us with some stories of the greatest wonders to see in the region, including a holy shrine, which he marked on our map. Our time with the natives was a delight. They remained friendly and offered us more help. Nice. Well, we've got a full party. Where's my bloody donkey gone? Oh, he's down the bottom. There he is. Mr. Clifton. Oh, you sneaky, sneaky monkey. All right, so let us rest, I guess. We unpacked our belongings and prepared to spend the night with the natives at their campfire. The village chief offered to prepare a feast to celebrate our visit. However, we would need to hand over one of our animals, so it could be prepared as food. We can't hand over Mr. Clifton just yet. No, he's not even sick. Our animals were vital to our success, and we had none to spare. The chief was a bit disappointed, and the rest of the evening went by without any particular incident or extravagance. I slept in great comfort and safety. The following morning I woke to face a crowd of natives. It seems my snoring amused them. Our time with the natives was a delight. They remained friendly and offered us more help. Cool. Do we rest again? I mean, they're not upset with us, are they? Standing of two. Let's do this. As darkness fell, the natives lit a campfire and invited us to sit with them. I regaled the villagers with stories of my travels so far. A young warrior asked me if my home was superior to their home. Now, do we really want to upset the natives? They are letting us stay for free. We've got Rivok. We've got Zinni. We've got Hifatajon, or John for short. Or should it be Joan? And then we have Volliwid. Looks like he's diseased. We won't upset him. Local life is superior. I told them that I preferred a close proximity with nature and that I admired their way of life. They were visibly happy with my answer. Of course, I'm such a charmer. I got a splendid night's rest. The next morning was bright and sunny, a perfect day for new adventures. We felt comfortable in the midst of the overjoyed villagers, and it means we get to do some more resting. I told the team to pick our things and prepare for the night. The people of the tribe were celebrating the maturation of one of the boys. He looked stronger than I did, certainly. He had to endure being caged and fed hallucinogenic leaves. They tried to tease me into participating in the ritual to prove my worth. Ooh. I mean, we've got no fitting dice. I've never been given this option before. I feel like I must do it in order to do it. And I'm not one to turn down free drugs. So let's do it. Oh dear, we lost. That's all right. I'm sure everything will work out fine. I failed miserably and had to endure their laughter for the rest of the night. That's fine. Everyone freaks out from time to time. You know, everyone pulls a whitey. They're scared of their own shadow. It's part and parcel of taking drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. That's the thing we've learnt there. Don't do drugs. A lot. I slept in great comfort and safety. The next morning I woke to face a crowd of natives. It seems my snoring amused them. We felt more welcome than the villagers were seemingly excited about our presence. Standing of 2. I mean, 92. It's enough. Should we trade? Let's see what they got. I mean, we've got nothing so far. How much is a strawberry worth anyway? A little. There's nothing here which really excites me. I mean, we've got the cocoa. We've got the strawberry. We've got the meat. How much is the meat worth? Quite a bit. We could do an elephant tusk, I suppose. Dead on. It's free, basically. I'm not too fussed about the raw meat. We'll keep the cocoa leaf and the strawberry. Let's bring the tusk back with us. That'll be a little bit of money. I settled on a trade with the villagers, and with that we shall depart. We packed up the trek and headed out as new adventures awaited us. Oh, look. Of course it's down there. Can we get through? Can we get through? Looking good. Still no butterflies. We've got a waterfall, though. Let's pop up onto the hill. Get a better lay of the land. Oh, speaking of butterflies. Right, so let's pop to the waterfall. We'll rest up, then we'll head back on ourselves via the butterfly. I think that's the best thing we can do. The waterfall was something to behold. It was an awe-inspiring sight. The water was fresh and cool. So let's rest. I instructed the trek to halt to catch our breath. Not a sound was heard tonight as we sat and stared into the fire. He was rising in the depths. I knew. I was a pawn. But it would exalt me. I just had to find it. The markers. I had to touch the markers. I decided that was enough for today. Oh, don't do lots of drugs. Don't do lots of drugs. All right, so 72, we should be able to cover the majority of what we need to cover. As we prepared for departure, I knew we would miss the melodic tone of the falling water. The falls were glorious. Well, let's see. Can we get there pretty easily? We can. 50. Let's upgrade Huey. So our sanity will go up quite a lot if we get close to the butterflies. 50 or 43. No, we'll get them on the way back, I think. We are out of machetes now, though. Oh, we found another strawberry. You know, I'm interested. How much sanity does a strawberry replenish? We've got 29 at the moment. 5. I might as well eat those then. Examine the shrine. We stood before a temple comprised of huge stones. Its stone walls were covered with ornate engravings. A circle of dried up blood had been drawn around the whole structure as a warning for anybody that dared to enter. The structure showed some long cracks, but it seemed safe enough to explore. I'll be the judge of that. We had found a sacred altar room. We quietly looked around the majestic hall. Our steps echoed as we approached the sacred altar. How long has this been untouched? Touched. Oh, it's a golden aubergine. Oh, sorry, eggplant. Potato. Oh, treasure hunter. Okay. And we're done. What a glorious day. That was exactly what we came for. The moment we obtained the treasure, the earth began to rumble. We hurried outside as the shrine tumbled in our wake and huge mountains erupted from the ground. Oh. Well, that wasn't so bad. That could have been a lot worse. And as it stands, we're not cut off from the butterflies. So I'll count that as a win, I guess. Let's go and pick up the butterflies. We'll go that way and then... No, I guess we'll go that way first. So we're on 22, 50, 54. Huey's Bizarre Moth. We can't actually... Oh, we can. We can go the lower way down. But we have mosquitoes, which aren't good. Let's get back to the waterfall. And we shall reassess our situation. Oh, it's a ship. And another temple. So where's the pyramid? Guess we'll find out in a minute. We arrived at a magnificent waterfall. It was an awe-inspiring sight. The water cooled the air, creating a fresh breeze. Let's rest. I instructed the trek to halt to recuperate. It was a pitch-black night as we sat and stared into the fire. Louis approached me with an upset look on his face. He had misplaced the only photo of his spouse. He begged me to remain in the area to search for it. I knew we could easily lose a day or two here. Let's do it. That's fine. No, of course not. All those blue dice and we can't roll an eyeball. We spent a while looking for the missing object. Unfortunately, we still came up empty-handed and had to continue our expedition without the severely missed item. I found a convenient camping pitch. I have no idea what that means. That made no sense. As we prepared for departure, I knew we would miss the rumbling of the falling water. This was truly a beautiful place. I instructed the trek to halt to catch our breath. The fresh was blah, 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 blah. All this travelling led us to inherently know each other's perks, habits and foibles. We discussed our different childhoods, which awarded me a great appreciation of my team. Dewey told me about how he was attacked by a diseased pigeon when he was a child. Since then, he had bore a deep distrust against them. As a child, Louis dreamt of becoming a sailor. I found a convenient camping pitch. Okay. He's obsessed with this camping pitch. I can't blame him, I suppose. You know, it's good to find somewhere to rest your head, I feel. You know, you don't want anything too hard. You are sleeping outside after all. Have they even got a roll, like a sleeping bag or anything? I can't see it on the donkey. It does make me worry. He is a millionaire. You just thought he'd have that at the very least. But hey ho, I forgot the word. Right, on to the temple. Let's go. Let's get this done. So there's the pyramid. That's good. It would appear the mosquitoes move around as well, which is cool. Oh, butterfly collection. There's only the one butterfly on here though. Oh, we missed that. That's annoying. But we know it's nothing too important because it said there's only 2 temples on this map and we found them both. So that's fine. We stood before a temple comprised of huge stones. Its stone walls were covered with ornate engravings. Low-hanging vines partially concealed the entrance that led within. A thick layer of sand seemed to surround the structure. We like sand. We carefully entered a well-preserved ceremonial chamber. We quietly looked around the majestic hall. We found a stone altar that was covered in ancient writings. Oh, do they stack? No, they don't. That's all right. That's all right. What a glorious day. That was exactly what we came for. We took the treasure and proceeded outside as everything around us began to wither and die. A drastic climate shift ravaged this region and we were responsible. No one will know because everything will be dead. So let's carry on down. And we have found something of extraordinary interest. The remains of a decayed boat loomed in front of us. As far as I could tell, it must have been some kind of pirate ship. Time had certainly taken its toll on the once majestic vessel. I tried to make out the name, but it was too rotten to decipher. I spotted animal tracks. I had to keep moving or end as someone's dinner. Let's have a look. This place surely retains some trinkets of worth. I instructed the people to form small teams and investigate the surroundings. Oh, dynamite and lots of jewels. Tippity top. As we left, we became aware that our presence had attracted ferocious wildlife. On the other side of the mountain, which is fine by me. 48. Let's pop ourselves up. Just have a quick look. I'm sure there's nothing there. Oh, of course there's something there. Oh, we can get to it too. Let's do it. Oh, it's the pyramid. Oh, and a trader. Ooh. I mean, do we risk it for a biscuit? Let's eat the cocoa leaves. 10 sanity. 18, and then we'd have to risk it back unless we pick something up from the trader to eat. Let's do it. Why not? Oh, we found a strawberry anyway. We shall eat that. Can we get back? No. Oh well, never mind. A wandering tradesman had pitched up camp here. The mysteriously dressed trader had a lot of useful goods on offer, a collection of losts and founds. He proudly presented us with a selection of his wares. We could not help but think that he was hiding something from us. Right, so we can buy a chocolate. I was hoping for some more jewels or something, but I don't think there's anything worth trading for here. I mean, we could have another elephant tusk. How much is the rope worth? Oh dear. What about 1 dynamite? We'll take some rope back. Oh, we'll take all the rope back. You know what? We're going to risk it. We're almost there. Let's just go back. 60% chance. I feel luck is on my side here. Let's upgrade Dewey. And, well, no guts, no glory. 20, 40, 60. Go. Bugger. Come on. Louis flailed as a red butterfly flew past. That night he dreamt of giant butterflies lifting him into the skies. What a ridiculous notion. How can you be scared of butterflies? I suppose you're the only one I haven't upgraded. Does that make sense? So you get increased sanity gain when discovering a new butterfly specimen, but You're scared of butterflies. Okay. The gold was presented to us in the form of a pyramid made of gold. Resourcefulness begets success. After weeks of travelling, euphoria overcame me. I knew that the name Scrooge McDuck would be written about long after I departed this life. No regrets! No regrets. And there we go. That is Expedition 1. And we did all right. We did all right. We got the Golden Pyramid. We finished second. I don't really pay attention to where we finished because we pick up lots of monies on the way. What a day, indeed. So, do we get any of these new perks? That is the question here. Splendid. We have Expert receives an additional universal die. What the hell is a universal die? I'm intrigued. We have Impetus, reduces the base anti-cost for travelling. And we have Protector, receives an additional defense die. Now, generally speaking, I would go for Impetus, because that's just generally a very good perk to have, because it's less anti being spent. But I'm interested to see what Expert is, so let's go for that. Huzzah! Huzzah! Alright, where's it stand then? So Francis Burton's got a bit. Charles Darwin's got a pot of some sort. I have no idea what that was. Looked pretty cool. Everything else is pretty generic. And for us, well. Do we want to keep some jewels? I mean, we've got ivory to sell. I mean, see, they're worth quite a lot of fame, those gold bits. So let's keep 2 of the jewels. We'll sell 2 of the jewels. We shall gift that, sell that for what it's worth. Is it worth anything? 10 fame, 5 funds. I wonder if we fill it up, whether it's going to be worth more. We'll keep it for the time being and find out. Gift that, and we are 52 ahead. We could probably get away with selling that. Monies. Tippity top. And that is the first expedition done and dusted. We are in first position. We've got lots of money, and it would appear, he says, lightly, that I haven't lost my way with this game, which is great. Super smashing great. Next time around, we have the magnificent desert, or we have the unforgiving drylands. But we'll decide on that in the next episode. So thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.